So a verse's mission is to define the information of the song. Who's talking? What are they talking about? Who are they talking to? What's going on, basically. But it also should be like a personal discussion with the listener. The listener wants to be a witness. Remember the snow globe? They want to be looking in. This song has done a good job of evolving into something that is very much a witness kind of snow globe moment. Listen to this first verse. I got laid off, it's Monday. I'm calling to tell you, you don't sit with me well. I feel like I failed you. You say we got each other, and that's plenty enough. And I know that's true. But we got one kid coming, one still in diapers. It's a rainy drive home with one good wiper. Leave the porch light on. I need a beacon just to pull me to you. So that first verse establishes who the narrator is, who he's talking to. He's calling home and he's talking to his wife. It involves dialogue and the personal relationship between the two of them. And then it's starting to rain, as if the day wasn't bad enough. He lost his job, he got laid off, he's driving home, and he's only got one good wiper blade on the windshield. So it sort of explains what his economic straits are. He can't even get his car fixed. And he's just looking for a beacon from home, which is a really nice emotional pull into the song. Now, that's the kind of storytelling that I want you to be able to do in your music as well. So think of it like you're creating a little black and white movie that people on the outside of your snow globe are pulling into. We're looking at this world, and if you're doing your job right, it's supposed to be the songwriter's world, but what happens, again, the listener becomes a witness, and then he starts rewriting your story with his own life experience. So it's that call, somebody in the Ford plant in Detroit is making on the way home after the Pontiac, factory got shut down. And they're applying all the details that you think is your life into their life. This story started because I had split up with my wife, and I remember just wanting to make sure everyone was okay, so I drove back to my house and I went around to the back window and I peered into the window just to make sure everybody was okay. I was looking into my own life, and it felt very much like I was looking at an aquarium of fish, and I used to be inside the aquarium. So I was pulling into that emotional time of being isolated and separated from the family, but really feeling the pull at the same time. And that gave me, I think, a lot of believability in this. So that's the verses. Make sure that you're using sensory images, use brevity of language, conversational language, tell your story, be honest, be sincere. The fact that this is an inside first-person story, a private conversation between a husband and wife, makes the listener feel like they're a voyeur. It gives it all sorts of sizzle for the listener. And that's one way to make this verse really effective. Now we're at the assignment for the verses. I want you to look at your first and your second verses, and I want you to identify lines that you think fall flat. By doing that, you're looking for verbs that don't really show the action or even involve sensory kind of details. I want you to identify that one line and rewrite it using more active verbs, more sensory details, so you really bring that flat line to life. Go ahead and find that one line. Now, if this is really truly your first draft, you need to be able to identify those kind of lines. So, for example, if you're talking about the cat is on the fence, there's nothing active or descriptive about that. I want you to think of that line and write something more like the cat is howling on the fence, or the cat is jumping from the fence, or the cat is snarling on the fence. Find those lines that just need a little bit of sizzle, a little bit of action. And just find one and identify it and rewrite it. I want to see what that is.